Baruch Hu Adonai HaMavarach. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher barkanu b'kol ha'amim v'natan banu et torato.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Torah.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Lord, our God, King of the universe, who chose us from all the peoples and gave to us his knowledge, his Torah. Blessed are
You, Lord,
giver of the Torah.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord. All together now. Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe lemor tzav et Aharon ve'et banav lemor zot Torat ha'orah. Thank you, Father. Command Aleph Tav. Aaron and Aleph Tav, his son, saying, this is the Torah of the burnt offering. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah v'chayei u'marutam v'tzachenu.
Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. You, Lord, God, King of the universe, who gave us the Torah of truth and set everlasting life in our midst. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the Torah.
Thank you. You can sit for a moment. Finish that the Lord has called us to be one, and one way we can do that each week, during the week and on Shabbat, is that we were reading the same Torah portion all over the world that's being read and has been read for centuries in Jewish synagogues and traditional synagogues and Messianic synagogues. And so each Torah portion has a name, and the name comes from the first significant word in the Torah portion itself. And so this week's is called Tzav, and it means, or it's usually translated in English for the word command. And in mitzvah, we say mitzvah, which is a commandment. Tzav is right in the middle, so it's just those two letters right in the middle. What's beautiful about this is in Hebrew there's a deeper meaning, layer upon layer upon layer within each letter, and also, of course, within each word. So one little thing among the many things that the Lord has put into a letter or a word is that vav throughout Scripture is a letter of connection. So in Genesis 1:1, when it says in the beginning, the Lord created Aleph Tav the heavens, and it says Va'et, Aleph Tav the earth. The vav is that line, and it looks like a little nail. It's really the hooks in the tabernacle were called vavs, and those curtains that were held by the hooks were put that way that they were connected, that the tabernacle would be one, as we are to be one, as you are the tabernacle. So that letter all over the Hebrew Scriptures appears. It's only in 4 words, that's it, and it's 2 names, persons' names, and in the word vav, and I believe it's one other word. Other than that, throughout all of Scripture, every letter in the Tanakh, or in the Torah, the vav is merely a letter of connection. Not merely, it's a beautiful letter of connection, because that's what it does. And so in the word tzav, and that word command, when the Lord commands us, He's calling us to do these things in the natural and in the spirit that cause us to connect to Him. Last week was about the offerings, and this week, and much of Leviticus, the book that we're in, is about the offerings that were brought forth. That word offering is draw near. That's what it means. So when you offer unto the Lord, it's you drawing near unto the Lord. He's always near to us. But it's those things that we can step out to do that draw us in our spirits, in our heads, in our understanding, that draw us closer to Him. And so korban, which is offering, and just like this, tzav, which is it's command, but it's also connection, because the Lord desires us to recognize that we're connected to Him. And it says, He is before all things, and in Him all things hold together. Again, that letter vav just holds up. He's the vav. He's the connector of all things. And so it says this in Deuteronomy, you shall write them, and this is Shema Yisrael, Hear Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and strength, and you shall speak these words, teach them to your children, speak of them as when you're at home, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. And then it says, and you shall place these words, the Torah, the words of the Lord, on your doorposts. of your house. And of course, they're on the doorpost of your heart, anyway. So last night I had the blessing to meet Rabbi Brian at the door of the King's house, who had it in her spirit to have mezuzah put upon her door. And so, had I known that I was going to share this morning, I would have taken a picture of Rabbi Brian's hand hammering the mezuzah, but that's exactly how it looked. And so, I could have, but I'm not going to. So what spoke to me this morning was, it's something, now it's connecting. You're connecting that mezuzah physically to the wall, the doorpost. The Lord gave us these things in the natural that we would recognize the connection as it's happening. As that hammer is hitting that nail, it was so beautiful when that was happening last night, especially because you're hearing the commandment of the Lord, the love of the Lord in that commandment. While it's happening, it's just a beautiful experience. And so in the natural, we can do these things that while it's happening. And when we go into our doorway and we touch that little marker, which is the significance of the word of the Lord, we kiss it or we walk by it, we recognize that it's the word of the Lord upon our house and upon our house. And it's just so beautiful to continuously see the connections of the Lord that He has for us. So this morning, because I lived in a house that I owned for quite a while, and then I moved to a couple apartments, and I always felt temporary, so I never felt like I could put them, it's so strange, but I never felt like I could put the mezuzah on the doorpost. But this morning, I said, I'm just going to do it. So I did it. And while doing it, again, it was just such a blessing to hear the hammer hitting that nail and putting the word of the Lord there. You know, it means so much more in spirit, but just as it's happening in the physical. So it rises up in your heart to do. Ask the rabbi to perhaps assist you in the doing. That is the blessing.
And I saw that little glint in your eye when the hammer was going in. I saw it.
Beautiful.
I saw something was going on there.
Something went on.
Thank you, Father, for your blessing. And for all those, this word, Lord, is His way of connecting to us. He's the Word. Yeshua is the Torah. Yeshua is every single mitzvah within the Word, who lived it perfectly. He's that perfect vow. So we thank you, Father.